Thank you for all of those tuning in tonight. We are WCBF FM 88.3. My name is Ian Leonard, joined by Teddy Goodkin tonight. We have a matchup of the number 9
fans about that time. Lights go down, you can pull out your flashlights, make some noise, and just light up Christ. Yeah!
Obviously, this is an expected win.
Come out, tonight's Sunday night exclusive visitors, the Holy Cross Crusaders. Headquartered by Ted Salvo of Londonderry, New Hampshire, 0-3.
I mean, you said it, Ian.
Headquartered 667 of Londonderry, California. Number 3, Jacob Radisson. Headquartered 654 from Richmond, Pennsylvania. Number 4, Austin Butler. And forward 6'9" sophomore from Peter Russia, Pennsylvania. Number 15, Matt Hall. And then forward 6'8" senior from New Jersey. Number 30, Jahaiba Ford. Head coach of the Crusaders is Bill Property.
Holy Cross allows the to shoot just around 67% from the field. They're one of the worst defensive teams in America. Here we go.
What a goal by Xavier.
Now let's get better to the season on your feet. It's time to make the start by. Head forward to 6-7 president. Number 1 Ontario. Number 13. Head forward 6'5" sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Number 2, Jordan. And 7, a 7'1" junior from Atlanta, Ohio. Number 15, John Fetsky. And 1 guard, 6'1" junior from Atlanta, Ohio. Number 3, Samuel Simpson. And a guard, 6'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois. Number 1, Thomas Matthews. Assistant coaches, Drew Jeffers, the Honorary Hayes, Tommy Washington, and the head coach of the
Starting tonight for the Holy Cross Crusaders. And Austin Butler's guy you're going to want to watch him. He had 25 points for a season.
From Yost to Chrysler, this campus has carried the names of legends. But here, in this arena, we've made our own tradition. This is the house that Cassie built, where we became a contender. Clutch shot and bring home a title. The sounds of our greatest games still echo inside these walls. A reminder of what we've done and what we still can accomplish. We may only be 5 on the floor, but it takes a team to rise to the challenge. To be a victor, to be valiant, to be a conquering hero, and prove to the world that this is our team. This is our tradition. This is our team. This is Michigan basketball.
My money's on Teskey.
Make some noise!
Of course, it's interesting to see Iggy start. Beeline likes that freshman start early. I believe it's only the second freshman he's had start since Trey Burke, National Player of the Year in 2013. And the ref falls over. Looks like he was tripped by Teskey trying to go for that loose ball.
Unbound Holy Cross basketball.
Yeah, Teskey tried to save that one, but couldn't come up with it. Instead, he rammed into the left. Guess even the players are thinking football right now, right?
Inside the key, inside the outside.
Great ball move.
Inside. Takes the cover. No good. Brazaitis, tip. No good. Teskey, tip. No good.
Great hustle there by John Teskey. Never not one, but two offensive rebounds to keep the possession alive for the Wolverines and drawing a foul.
Crusaders
He's been
foul
absolutely
number
sensational
30.
to start this season.
Jahima Floyd. His first personal foul. Team's first of the first half.
One player that the Wolverines really need to get involved tonight is Jordan Poole. He was 0 for 3 from 3 last game, 0 for 5 from the field. He really needs to get his shot back for a huge game against Villanova. And his struggles continue shooting the ball. That's his 5th rejection of the season so far.
He looks like he wants it.
Simpson swings to Matthews. Matthews back to Brazaitis. Brazaitis, beautiful pass attack to Teskey. Teskey just misses the layup. And Holy Cross will try to run it in transition. Caleb Green bringing it up, swings it to Floyd. Floyd misses, rebounded by Teskey. Wolverines to try and push. Poole bringing it across the timeline. Teskey coming for a screen. Poole gets his space. Poole fires away, misses. He's now 0 for 4 to start the season from 3-point range. And Floyd comes up with the rebound, gives it to Caleb Green, and Green will try and reset. Green gives it to Fogg. Fogg gives it back to Green. Now Floyd's got it top of the key. Fisher trying to get free. He can't. Floyd gives it up. Now Hargis has it. Hargis to Fisher, and Fisher misses, but there's a foul. Pardon, and actually, no, they're going to say he stepped out on the sideline. Now Brazaitis has it, gives it to Matthews, gives it to Poole. Now Simpson's got it. Simpson looking for a screen from Brazaitis, doesn't get it. Simpson now kicks it to Matthews. Matthews doubled immediately, looking for someone to find Simpson. Simpson screens to Poole. Poole, one more to Brazaitis. Brazaitis inside, draws contact, misses, but a foul. And it's going to be a block against Floyd. And he was 3 for 5 in the season opener. Definitely showing some prowess from the free throw line, which he, as he said, isn't really a penchant for this Wolverine team.
Team second.
Looking for the first points of tonight's game here. And Brad Zykis gets the friendly roll. Wolverines are on the board first.
And the line shooting one more.
Got a couple rolls there, actually. Bradzik's second free throw is good. Rattles in. And the Wolverines take a 2-0 lead. Now Caleb Green will bring it up, guarded by Simpson. Green gives it inside to Diego. Diego gives it back to Green. Green inside. Layup is good. And Jacob Grandison ties the game up at 2 apiece. Now bringing it across the timeline is Simpson. Gives it to Poole. Poole swings it to Bradzikis. Thought about the 3, but now keeps it. Bradzikis looking for somebody. Finds Matthews. Matthews swings it back to Bradzikis. Back to Simpson. Simpson looking for a screen. He's going to get it from Teskey. Simpson cut off. Gives it back to Bradzikis. Back to Matthews. Matthews going to try and drive baseline. Nothing there. Gives it to Poole. Poole fakes a 3. Gives it to Simpson. Simpson back to Matthews. Wide open. Nails it. And that's a great sign for the Wolverines, who shot 23% of the season opener, getting one to go there early. Now an outside shot here from Diego, and Diego drills it. No one within 5 feet of him. Now the Wolverines will try to answer back on offense. Simpson's got it. Gives it back to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole gets a screen. Teskey kicks it out to Bradzikis. Bradzikis baseline cut off. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews fakes the pass to Poole and tries to drive to the corner. Gives it back to Poole, top of the key. Poole to Simpson. Simpson drives, kicks it out. Matthews, another 3. Got it! Charles Matthews with his second consecutive three-pointer. The Wolverines with an 8-5 lead. And the scoreboard has shut off here in Chrysler. Absolutely. Now inside, a beautiful fake, but a miss by Hargis as Bradzikis comes up with the board. Bradzikis, not a role we're used to seeing him in, as he gives it to Simpson. Simpson gets a screen from Teskey. Takes it to Poole. Poole thought about a pull-up, instead pulls it back. Simpson's got it top of the key. Simpson gets a screen from Teskey. Simpson to Bradzikis. Bradzikis hesitates, fires away, got it! And they're going to call it a long 2. Now a wide open 3 from Diego is up and good. Pardon me, that was Grandison, Jacob Grandison. 10-8 as the Wolverines will look to respond. And it'll be Jordan Poole bringing it up. No, he passed it up to Simpson. Now Simpson gives it back to Poole. Simpson's got it at the left wing. Simpson looking for a screen from Teskey. Doesn't get it. Now he does. Simpson whips it outside to Poole. Poole hesitates. Poole kicks it out. Matthews, another 3. That one's off. Rebounded by Fall. And now Caleb Green will bring it across the timeline. Butler gives it to Fall. Fall gives it to Connor Diego. Diego inside to Granderson. Back out to Diego for 3. He's got it. And Diego 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And it's 11-10 Holy Cross. Not the start that John Beeline and his crew wanted. Now Simpson has it at the top of the key, looking to get the offense going. Simpson drives. Layup goes over the backboard. And that will take us to the first timeout of the game. Wolverines trail 11-10. And Ian, what do you have to say about this?
Season ticket holders and other messages in the house is a thank you for their support. We hope you enjoy your new view. And remember, fans, the next time you look for great seats, this the official fans and fan ticket marketplace of Michigan Athletics. It's now time for the player shootout. Tonight's contestant is Aiden. In just a moment, Aiden will have 30 seconds to make a layup.
Yeah, especially the three-point defense.
If he makes all 3 shots in 30 seconds, he's going to go another player get caught.
5 feet.
All right, Aiden, are
They
you
have to do a
ready?
better job defending,
Yeah.
especially
Fans, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
all time.
All kinds of time.
They really need to do a better job at defending the three if they want to come out of Philly to win next Wednesday.
You got it.
I will say though, I like the confidence of Charles Matthews this year.
Just want to wonder if player get done. Next one participating in a fire shootout.
The patience is all too. A lot more patience. It's not. I'm seeing them update that now. Instead of 11-10, they're after a few, they're going to make this game 11-9. It wasn't 12, now it's insane. And I didn't really see that real time. It wasn't working it's all for the officials, but now the Wolverines will come back out. For the Wolverines, it'll be Jordan Poole, Jordan Poole, Austin Davis, Iggy Bratzikis, Charles Matthews, and Xavier Simpson. And for the Holy Cross Crusaders, we'll have Caleb Green, Jacob Grandison, Austin Butler, Connor Diego, and Matt Fall. So for the most part, sticking with their starting lineup here coming out of the timeout. Fall's got it, kicks it to Grandison. Grandison now gives it to Green. Green going baseline. Green kicks it out to Fall. Fall looking for someone, finds Green. Green pulls up. Got it. Caleb Green. And all of a sudden, it's 13-9 Holy Cross. Wolverines looking to turn it around here. Simpson's got it. Simpson kicks in the corner. Matthews tightly contested. Kicks it out to Poole. High pass, but he manages to corral it. Poole looking to go baseline, but he's cut off. Now gives it to Bratzikis. Bratzikis gets a screen from Davis. Bratzikis handling the ball himself. Gets inside. Layup misses, but he does manage to draw a foul. And that's going to be on number 15, Matt Fall.
His first personal foul. Team's third.
Isaiah Livers.
Number 11, Patrick Lindsay. Taking in for your Wolverines, number 55, Eli Brooks, and number 4, Isaiah Livers.
Shot misses from Poole, and now Holy Cross looks to push in transition after ugly air ball. It'll be Benson bringing it across the court. Now gives it to Austin Butler. Butler gives it to Benson. Now Butler's got it. Butler fakes. Butler drives inside. Gets it to go over Eli Brooks. Austin Butler, and now it's a 6-point game. And Holy Cross, projected by many to lose this game in a blowout, looks like they showed up today in a big way.
Again, bad defense so far from Wolverines. 55% shooting.
Now on the offensive end, Brooks thought about a three, but whips it instead to Matthews. Matthews to Poole. Poole delivers for three, in and out, and a rebound by Benson.
And taking the ball up inside cutting.
Technical difficulties of the road.
I saw it was another 3-point attempt. Butler gets it to go.
That was actually Connor Diego. That's his third 3-pointer of the game. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now looking for Poole. Poole gets it, and he's fouled on a hard hit.
Crusaders foul number 4. In first personal foul.
How do I even check that when I already started?
Absolutely dominated. Football information, log on to pizzahouse.com.
On studio, but I couldn't watch them on again.
In about 6 maybe. Back in 1970, his first overseas tour was 13 months in South Korea. Upon return, he was assigned as an officer instructor here at the University of Michigan, where he completed his master's degree in applied economics. In 1988, he was a wake up, but we've seen so much time.
Eli Brooks, you saw them come in. It's early, but I definitely think the Wolverines are going to find a way to pull this together and step it up. But
no doubt
definitely
about
not
it.
the start you want.
No doubt about it. Teddy, you're absolutely right. Ken Close, the U.S. Army veteran, being honored on the court right now, a Michigan graduate as well. 18-9, Crusaders lead by 9. And again, the story of this game so far is just that Holy Cross shooting.
Especially Connor Niego's 3 for 3 from downtown. Really impressive shooting.
He really came to play today.
Niego.
As did this entire Holy Cross team. Michigan so far 25% from the three-point line, 27% from the field. Really just another rough shooting night. Doesn't bode too well, not only for the rest of the game, but for confidence heading into that Villanova matchup. It's hard to be confident at this point, at this moment. But again, there's a lot of basketball left to be played. 11 minutes left in the first half.
Absolutely. And just a quick update on Big Ten football. I've just received word that the Northwestern Wildcats, have just clinched a spot to represent the Big Ten West in the Big Ten championship game. This is the first time they've ever appeared in the Big Ten championship game. And keep in mind, this is a team that's projected to finish 7-5 right now. Crazy stuff.
Unbelievable finish there.
Now on offense, Wolverines looking to pick up the pieces and make a run. Brazikis has it at the left wing, kicks it to Poole. Poole had space for 3 instead, brings it in.
That's a nice
floater. It's good.
It's a
and
nice
there's
floater.
the first field goal of the season for Jordan Poole. He was 0 for 5 in the opener. Now bringing it up the court is Patrick Benzin. Benzin gives it to Fisher. Butler. Butler now gives it to Benzin. Benzin has some space, gets inside, layup, banks it in, but they're going to call a foul before the shot, and it's going to be on Eli Brooks. So no basket, but Holy Cross will retain possession. And now we got a substitution as Caleb Green is checking in.
They just
and
can't
Austin
miss right
Butler
now.
will take a seat.
They just cannot miss right now. This is really unbelievable. And well played by Holy Cross.
Now Caleb Green's got it at the top of the key, guarded by Brazikis. A bit of a mismatch here. Green gets a screen from Niego. Now top of the key, Benzin. Benzin has it, gives it.
Top of the key for Holy Cross now.
And the shot clock expires. Great defense by the Wolverines. And after Holy Cross been shooting northwards of 60%, one of their better defensive possessions of the game. Now looking to get things going on offense. Eli Brooks brings it across the timeline from Michigan. Gets a screen from Livers. Brooks cut off by Benzin. Now gets to Poole. Poole, great move behind the back. Poole to Brooks. Brooks for 3. Can't get it. And a rebound by Faw.
And taking it up the court now, Holy Cross. That'll be to Faw. Faw inside. And that's an easy turnover in favor of the Wolverines. Isaiah Livers will take that one. That was a little bit strange there. It seemed like Faw tripped on that drive. Jordan Poole kind of just took the ball from him, and now Wolverines will check it in underneath. And again, the score, 18 in favor of Holy Cross and only 11 for the Wolverines, a 7-point lead.
And the Wolverines starting to look a lot better on the defensive side of the ball.
Definitely.
Great possessions.
And that's part of the reason why I think Beeline wanted to put in Livers and Brooks, 2 veterans, 2 guys who have shown some prowess on offense, and so far they've provided a little bit of a spark here. Matthews with the ball inside. Matthews back out to Brosdikis. 6 on the shot clock.
The ball a lot more than I thought he was.
A 3 by Matthews. It's good.
Charles Matthews now, we thought he was originally 3 for 5, but still 2 for 5. He's shown great range tonight, which was really not on display in Tuesday's win against Norfolk State. Now pushing in transition is Brooks. Brooks gives it to Poole, thought about a 3, now pulls it back. Brooks has it screened by Livers, gives it to Matthews. Matthews looking for somebody, can't find anyone, now finds Livers top of the key, gives it back to Poole. Poole guarded by Butler, maybe thinking about shooting this one? No, he gives it to Brooks.
And that pump fake was a little too much there. Brooks called for the travel. 18-14 in favor of the Holy Cross Crusaders. Wolverines 30% from the 3-point line and about 33% from the field overall.
Yeah, and the Wolverines are just really struggling on offense, looking for any kind of answers. And if they want answers, they should ask Berkowitz. He knows.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's in, and that'll be Caleb Green taking the ball up for the Crusaders, guarded by Brooks. To Butler. Butler, the lead man for this Crusaders offense. Butler inside, easy 2. And he misses it.
Wolverines caught a huge break there.
Brosdikis up the court to Poole. Poole to Livers. Livers pumps. Looked like he traveled. No call. Brooks looking to take the 3. Another pump. Brosdikis, no good on the 3-point attempt.
And a bit of a rush shot for a John Beeline offense there, shooting 10 seconds into the shot clock.
Taking just a little too much time here. And the Crusaders work the ball around the outside of the 3-point line. And an easy layup. Sorry, contested layup, but relatively close to the hoop. Livers rebound. Brooks steps in like he's going to take the 3. Does not. Wolverine basketball. They reset the top of the key. And to Brosdikis. Brosdikis takes it inside. That 2 rims right out. Nothing can go for the Wolverines so far.
And they just have a lid on this basket right now, Ian. They're getting good shots. They're just not finding the bottom of the net.
Absolutely. Wolverines with a 5 for 17 shooting start. Brooks to Poole. Poole pumps. Poole inside. Throws it out. Tipped out of bounds. And that'll stay on the Wolverines side of the court.
And a bit of a curious decision there. Poole, one of the better free throw shooters on the team. I'm shocked he didn't go up and try and get to the free throw line. Instead, trying to whip it to Matthews when there was a defender right there. Curious decision for the sophomore there.
Definitely, and with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left, the Holy Cross Crusaders lead 18-14. Obviously, nothing the Wolverines cannot overcome, but with only 14 points in the first 13 minutes of this game, a lot more questions than answers for this Wolverines offense that started out very flat on Tuesday as well. It looks like a similar outing so far. The only difference being the defense at this point against Norfolk State on Tuesday had only given up 5 points. They've given up 18. Looks like we're doing a little pizza giveaway here at the Chrysler Arena.
And our good friend Jack Molino has a hookup. One of his family friends is one of the people who delivers these pizzas.
Oh, no way. Are we
at
getting pizza?
Metamark. So
we're getting
hopefully
pizza?
Hopefully I can get in touch with Jack and he can maybe rig this contest for us.
That'd be pretty
I can go
nice.
for some pizza right now.
I agree. And so far, just looking around it, doing a quick scan of the box score, the only Wolverines with any points right now are Ignas Brosdikis, the freshman, with 4, Charles Matthews, the veteran scoring leader, with 8, and Jordan Poole with 2 on his floater earlier in the game. 10 rebounds for the Wolverines as opposed to 9 for the Crusaders. It's really just been a matter of
3-point shooting
exactly
prowess of the Crusaders.
It's been a matter of not getting shots to go. Yeah. So.
One thing I would like to see, though, is John Teskey had 13 points in the first game of the season. I think we've only seen him take 1 shot, and that was on an offensive rebound. I want to see Teskey get a little bit more involved. He was a huge part of their offense in the first game against Norfolk State. Now they're trying to just go away from their big man and rely more on their outside shooting, which clearly isn't working. I'm not saying this should go back to like the 70s and 80s where basketball is an inside game, but maybe try and get the ball inside instead of settling for these long shots.
Teddy, I definitely agree with you. I think that, the tendency for Wolverine teams, especially under Beeline, is to shoot your way out of your struggles. When the offense isn't flowing the way they like, when they're not getting open shots, they like to try and shoot their way out of it. This team has proven they can't shoot particularly well, at least not so far, at least not until they establish who those shooters are. I agree with you. Throw the ball inside. We have the size advantage. There's big men for the Michigan Wolverines, but it looks like they're not going to listen to what you say.
And even you have Charles Matthews, whose post fadeaway was his bread and butter last year. We haven't seen him take a single one yet.
And no center out there for the Wolverines. Eli Brooks and Xavier Simpson, along with Livers, Matthews, Brazdeikis. They're going to play some small ball, the Wolverines are, to try and get their way out of this rough start.
3 seconds left.
Charles Matthews takes it to the rim. No good, but he's fouled. They'll go for 2. And Charles Matthews, the notable worst free throw shooter on this team, maybe in college basketball.
What about Xavier Simpson?
Xavier Simpson.
We're really going to give Z that much credit?
I'm going to give him that much credit. I mean, I go back to the Michigan State matchup of last year. They'd foul Z a lot in crunch time, and he was getting it done. Not particularly well, but not as poorly as we saw from Matthews, who, for the season, what was he, a 50% free throw shooter?
Probably lower, right? Like
it might have
49.
been lower. It's really unbelievable with him. First free throw's up. It's good.
Looks like an 100% free throw shooter there.
Wow.
Now here's the question. Can he go 2 for 2?
I think we know the answer, Teddy. I think we know the answer.
Let's see.
Second free throw. He gets ready.
I'm going to say he gets this one. Just a gut feeling.
Okay. Oh, what do you
What
say?
did I tell
What do
you?
you say? There it is.
2 for 2.
2 for 2 there, 18 to 16.
New season, new Matthews, right?
The Holy Cross Crusaders lead, absolutely. As Holy Cross is working it around. Inside, a deflection from Isaiah Livers saves a potential easy layup. And that was Connor Niego, who was about to get his 11th points of the game.
And look at Livers diving there, diving almost like he's a defensive back for a pass breakup. Tremendous effort, especially here early in the first half.
And this is Grandison. Grandison throws it. Finds his man Green. Green working it around the top of the three-point line. Green to Butler. And Butler throwing it around the three-point line. They're just kind of working around that three-point line.
Very
patient. Definitely. Very patient. Butler, their sharpshooter, with the ball. Three-point line. He's trapped.
And they're really fortunate there. Butler had a shot at a 3, but he fumbled the pass, which limited his time and allowed Livers to come and close in there. And now Michigan forces a shot clock violation. Tremendous defensive recovery.
And Michigan still playing that small ball. No center out there for the Wolverines. Their biggest man, Ignas Brazdeikis, the freshman. Livers also out there. Largely been speculated he was going to play some small ball center this season, and he's getting that opportunity here tonight as he has the ball at about half court. In the point guard spot, they work it around. Livers inside, jumper.
And he
no good.
Doesn't get the friendly roll, just missed that one with a chance to tie the game.
Pretty unfavorable roll there for him as Butler looks. And that's Grandison. Grandison inside, finds his man. Easy
Matthews
layup.
Just a little late there for a rejection opportunity.
20 to 16, the Wolverines are down, and that is a travel from Isaiah Livers.
And very uncharacteristic from a John Beeline offense, trying to get it to the hoop right away instead of waiting for the defense to get set and develop from there.
Definitely. And checking in is Jordan Poole for Ignas Brazdeikis. The Wolverines now have 3 guards and 2 forwards out on the floor. Their largest man, 6'8". Isaiah Livers is nothing in comparison to the height of John Teskey, but he is their biggest man right now. Some absolute small ball being played. Butler to Grandison. Grandison working it outside. Tipped away and saved by Livers, who throws it. No one there.
Got the save, just threw it.
Threw it a little too far. Crusaders will keep this one. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remain in this first half. 20 to 16, the Crusaders lead. And another slow start for the Wolverines, who, as I mentioned earlier, had presented more questions than answers leading into this Villanova matchup on Wednesday.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's hard for any Michigan fan to be confident with what they've seen here tonight.
Absolutely. Inside is Niego. Niego to Butler. Butler wants the 3. He's not going to get it. Tipped away by Z.
Simpson. Almost tipped that one away.
Livers guarding a smaller man outside at the top. Nice defense.
Mismatch and a half.
And 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Butler goes up with it, and it's
an
good,
offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Kind of an interesting call there. I really thought they were going to call a blocking foul and give him the and one, but no dice for the Holy Cross Crusaders. 5 minutes, 30 seconds, and the Wolverines have the ball. Z taking it up at the point guard spot, looking to take out this 4-point deficit. Poole to Livers at the top. Swings it around to Matthews. Matthews to Brooks. Brooks finds Livers at the 3-point line. Back to Matthews. Matthews to Poole. Trying to get space. He jacks it up. No good. I don't know what he was really thinking on that one, but Crusaders ball.
Any shot, honestly, anywhere on the court is a green light for Poole.
Definitely. And to his detriment thus far in the season. He's been horrendous shooting the ball so far.
And interesting shot release there from Jacob Granison. 3-pointer way off.
Wolverine ball. Z to Poole. Poole to Livers. Sorry, Brooks. And Brooks out to Livers, who swings it to Matthews. Matthews can't find any space. He pulls up inside. No
and just
dice.
A little too short on that one. Had the right look, just not the right angle.
Green up to Butler for the Crusaders. Butler around. Back to Green. Green has it up top. Finds his man in the post. Working in the post against Livers. Pulls up. It's good.
And Holy Cross pushes their lead back to 6, 22-16. I think now we can start to think about a potential upset alert with 4 minutes left in the first half.
You know, I think it might be
maybe a little too early.
A little too early for that. I think the
time starts sweating a little bit.
I think the important thing here is that we're not going to see the freshman reserves tonight. That's at least how it's looking so far. Poole with the ball to Simpson. Simpson up top finds his man, cutting his Brooks. Brooks finds Matthews for 3.
And I don't really know why Brooks passed that shot up. He had an easy layup to cut this to 4. Instead, he goes to Matthews. He's been questionable from 3 in his Michigan career. Not really sure why he passed up an easy 2 there.
Yeah, questionable selection there from Brooks, but 6 points they are down. And Crusaders throw it away. That's Connor Niego throws that one out of bounds. Timeout, Wolverines.
Yeah, and it looked like they're trying to run a slant pattern there.
Not looking too good so far.
And ball just sailed out of bounds. Looking like the Rutgers offense today.
You know, I think looking like the Rutgers offense today for sure. I think, you know, we knew it was going to be potentially a tough start for the Wolverines here tonight. They're playing, obviously, the Crusaders, they play that tough zone defense. However, in their first game of the season, the Crusaders gave up a 70% field goal percentage to their opponent, who is finding all kinds of success inside. The Wolverines have not been going inside. They've attempted 10 3-pointers out of 21 shots total. Half of their shots tonight have been 3-pointers, and from a really bad 3-point shooting team, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. The shooting, the shot selection, just I said it at the last TV timeout. I don't understand why you have all of these players who are so tremendous inside, and you keep on insisting on shooting from the outside, where it's proven to be one of your biggest weaknesses so far this year. I'm not really sure, especially, I know like Beeline's a coach who loves to try and spread the ball or space the floor and get 3-point opportunities, but it's not working right now. He has so many tall and physical players that can contribute down low. I'm not really sure why he's not trying to use that to his advantage, especially against the Holy Cross team that significantly shorter than the Wolverines.
Exactly. I think
doesn't really make sense.
You know, I think, like I said, you know, the Wolverines like to try and shoot their way out of whatever offensive struggles they're going through. That clearly was their intention tonight so far, but you know, I think they should just give it up for the time being. Throw the ball inside to Teskey. Throw it into Davis.
I think here you're starting to see the loss of Duncan Robinson and Bo Wagner. You lose 2 of your best shooters, and now I think the 3-point struggles of this Wolverine team are being magnified.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Loss of 2 of their most consistent shooters from last season.
Absolutely.
And even Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, you lose, in my opinion, 3 of your 4 best 3-point shooters, and with their loss, you're seeing just how lost this Wolverine team is.
Yeah, we're seeing it so far, and again, they're not throwing it inside. to Teskey at all. They're actually, in a way, phasing Teskey out of this game. Coming off this timeout, we have another small ball lineup with no center, no Teskey, no Davis, and it's just going to be some more small ball. And to me, that sounds like there's going to be a lot more three-point shot attempts. You know, we'll see if I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. As Z takes the ball up, he's looking for a screen.
Maybe look for some pick and pop with Isaiah Livers here.
Maybe. Matthews inside, easy jumper, and he gets no roll there.
It didn't go, but those are the shots you're talking about. Charles Matthews is great at shooting post fadeaways. I want more of that and less three-point attempts in the top of the key.
Definitely. As Green works the ball around inside, that's Niego. Niego back out to Copeland. Copeland finds Green and the Holy Cross Crusaders with 8 seconds left, working around the three-point line.
And watch for Niego here.
Stolen by Isaiah Livers, who is fouled. A nice steal and forces that foul. Otherwise, it would have probably been an easy 2 for Livers.
And
Smart
this is
foul.
going to send Livers to the line for 1-and-1. Wolverines are in the bonus now.
And Livers, one of the better free throw shooters on this team. Obviously, that's not saying much, but it's something.
They are 4 for 4 tonight, though.
Yes.
With Matthews hitting 2 of them.
That's true. The Matthews 2 is big. Livers, free throw, up. It is good. And the lead is cut down to 5. Michigan 17, Holy Cross 22. 5-point lead. Livers sets up, and he will take his second free throw attempt. It is off the rim, rebounded by Holy Cross.
And Poole almost tipped that back to Livers to create a new possession for the Wolverines. Just a little late on his jump.
Very frustrating offensive performance tonight so far from the Wolverines as Green works it around, finds his man. Back to Green. Green pumps. Does not get him to go. Livers.
And great pressure from Isaiah Livers there.
Great pressure. Inside to Niego. Niego finds his man. Layup attempt. No good. That was a tricky one. Some acrobatics there as Poole works the ball up in fast break. He is fouled.
And they're going to call a block there. Holy Cross looking for a charge, but instead Poole's going to shoot 2 free throws. And the foul's going to be on Niego, who's been one of the biggest threats for this Holy Cross team.
Definitely.
3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
There's no doubt about that. Niego, 3 for 3 from the arc. Holy Cross, 67% overall from three-point range versus 20% for the Wolverines. And the Wolverines have taken more three-pointers. Poole's free throw.
And an uncharacteristic miss from Jordan Poole, who's one of the best free throw shooters on this team.
5 of 7 the Wolverines now are from the free throw line.
And curiously, 2 of their best shooters are the only ones with misses so far.
That's a good point. Poole's free throw is good. The second attempt, 4-point lead in favor of the Holy Cross Crusaders.
It looks like the Wolverines are playing with a lot more pressure than they did earlier in the game, showing a lot more pressure up front.
You can see it. You could just watch without seeing the score, and you could tell that they were down with the tenacity they're playing on defense right now in this man coverage here. And that is number 15, Matt Faw, finds his man for 3. No good. Rebound.
And great contest there from Xavier Simpson. And
travel by
Matthews.
You know, I don't know if he thought he was going to get away with that or what, but that was very blatant. Matthews known to travel quite a bit.
That was like something Russell Westbrook or KD would do.
James Harden,
or
perhaps.
James Harden. He literally walked the ball up the court.
Unbelievable. 1 minute 30 seconds remain in this first half. 22-18, the Holy Cross Crusaders lead. Matthews with 9 shot attempts tonight. Only 3 of those are good. He is 2 of 2 from the free throw line, however, and both of his makes were from three-point range. 2 of his 3 makes were from three-point range.
We thought all of them were from 3, but
we did. Apparently, he was
that corner 3 to a long 2.
He was on the line for that one. 2 turnovers for him. He's going to need to step up his efficiency for this Wolverines offense that needs him badly.
Absolutely.
And it's been a matter of, you know, it's not that. Obviously, Brosdikis 4 shot attempts, Poole 4 shot attempts, Livers even with a couple himself. It hasn't been that they've been, afraid to put up certain shots. They've been, everyone's been firing from wherever. They just haven't been going. 22% from the field, 20% from three-point line, and there is, it's hard to feel confident going into that Villanova game on Wednesday.
Especially
I keep
against the
bringing it up.
Villanova team that
beat them.
Even with, first of all, that beat them, but even with the departure of guys like Omari Spellman and
Jalen
Dante
Brunson,
DiVincenzo, they still have
among
Jalen
others.
Brunson. They've still got
Brunson
left.
did leave,
My
yeah.
bad. They've still reloaded and created a deadly shooting team. Like, I'm not sure if Holy Cross is torching them here. I'm definitely not feeling confident going into Wednesday night.
Niego's shot attempt is good.
He's 5
for the
5
Crusaders.
Now, 13 points.
6-point lead for Holy Cross. Minute and 5 seconds to play. Unlikely the Wolverines will be able to cut this lead down in this first half.
Try to go quick here to get a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Livers inside. No dice. Another missed shot. Wolverines now shooting 20% from the field on the night. Just unbelievable start so far. As Holy Cross works it inside. Looking for his man. Is Niego blocked and back out to Green. Green to Fall. Fall back to Green on the three-point line. Tight coverage. Long three. Bricked. And a rebound by Xavier Simpson, who takes the ball up with some tenacity.
And Wolverines should hold this. The shot clock is off. They don't want to give Holy Cross a chance to extend this lead even further going into the locker room.
There's no point. You give it back to Holy Cross, they'll hit another three and make the lead 9 instead. But as it stands, 6-point lead in favor of the Crusaders. Timeout Wolverines. With 14 seconds left, they're going to try and put something together.
I'm curious to see what this play is that the Wolverines are able to draw up. Clearly, your three-point shooters aren't clicking.
I'm interested.
To be allergic to putting the ball inside.
I'm interested as well, but I mean,
I don't know, what can you draw up? Like, yeah, I'd say maybe try and get Matthews a look inside, but they seem to be allergic to that idea. I don't know why.
Well, really,
you can't solve all of your problems by chucking up threes every other possession.
The idea of throwing it to anyone inside right now is unattractive to Beeline for for whatever reason. Maybe he wants the guys to try and shoot out of this one and try and find their stroke and force them to kind of, use the pressure to force them to find their stroke. Again, 2 for 10 on three-point attempts and 5 for 23 from the field overall. At least that free throw shooting number is up to 75%, but
that's not saying much.
Exactly. It's only 8 attempts for them so far.
And it'll be Jordan Poole inbounding the ball. Maybe look for him to come back around on an off-ball screen for a three-point attempt here.
Perhaps he will as he throws it in to Z. Z around to Livers. Livers back up to Poole. Poole, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Throws it to Livers. Livers for 3. No good. Livers gets his own rebound. Back out to Z. And he is blocked.
And that, honestly, that sums up the whole half, Ian.
Absolutely. A missed 3 and then a turnover.
A missed 3 and close chances. You got chances to make a play happen, and you don't.
Nothing going on.
This
Beeline looks very frustrated right now. He looks very frustrated right now walking off the court, John Beeline, looking for his 801st career win. He did give a nice speech before the game started. That was great to hear, but he looks very, very frustrated, shouting at Isaiah Livers, walking off the court. Livers, of course,
I can't blame him.
Bricked that three-pointer.
They don't deserve any praise right now. This has been one of the worst first-half performances that I can recall in the John Beeline era.
Yeah, I mean, I think
this isn't. They're not playing like Michigan State or Ohio State right now. This is Holy Cross,
and it happens. I don't know. I don't know if you were there or not, but that North Florida game to start out the season last year.
I actually called that game.
Perhaps.
But
yeah, there you go.
The important thing to remember is that Michigan was able to get the lead at the end of the half in that one.
And that's a good point.
This one, they haven't even come close to sniffing it past the opening minutes.
And that's true, but I think the point holds, which is it's the beginning of the season. The offense is always a bit slow to start under John Beeline, who it takes him time, especially with the young group that lost 3 of their 4 top scorers, and all 3 of those guys were top shooters as well. It's tricky right now, but with a 6-point deficit, the Wolverines will head into the second half. 2 for 11 from the three-point line, 5 of 24 overall. Teddy, I really hope that they can get it together.
I think everyone in attendance here does too. And I can't tell what. Do you know what they're setting up right now?
I don't know what this is.
They're dimming the lights and setting up some sort of canvas for the halftime entertainment tonight. Not really sure what this is going to be. We'll keep you updated.
I believe he's going to do some sort of
painting.
Is
this going to be a speed painting?
Is that a speed painting?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Tim Decker.
Tim Decker.
Any of our listeners know who that is.
He's going to do some speed painting tonight. All right.
What's your get? What's your guess of what he's gonna paint?
I would hope that he would paint Jordan Poole's 3-point attempt.
I'm thinking
To sink Houston, but
I think it's gonna be a Beeline portrait. If I had to guess.
okay. Yeah, so far it's really hard to tell.
I don't know. I mean, I think I see a face in there, but honestly, I don't know.
I don't really know what I'm looking at, to be honest.
I think I see a bald spot, so maybe this is a Beeline portrait. I don't know. We'll keep you updated as more details arise.
Absolutely. And again, just one last update as we get ready to take a short halftime break. Wolverines 18 points in the first half. Holy Cross 24. Pretty weak offensive outing from both teams. Holy Cross shooting the ball very well, but with 7 turnovers in that first half, didn't do them any favors. As this painting, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a Beeline portrait.
I think it's got to be Beeline.
Yeah, no, it has to be.
But is it just me, or is he giving him a beard in this portrait? I feel like he's giving him like a little stubble. This is, I mean, I'm sure it'll look better when it's fully developed, but this is
absolutely
interesting portrait.
So anyways, just that final update again, 24-18 in favor of the Holy Cross Crusaders, as myself and Teddy Gutkin get ready to hand it over to Andrew Miller and Alex Kramer. 11 minutes, 45 seconds left in this halftime as this painting is being made. We are WCBN FM 88.3. We'll be back in about 10 minutes from a short break. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Okay, so it was that stuff. Yeah. But it's all good now, though. Yeah. And when I do scroll this back up, it's to about 0? Yeah. Okay. Do a little bit below it, okay? Okay. Yeah. Levion's not coming back. What? Levion's not coming back. Levion's not coming back. yes, we can switch and you can do play-by-play for 10 minutes.
Okay.
If you feel like you're ready. But again, it's tough. So typically you would start out as color.
Yeah.
Basketball games are a lot of fun, so I feel bad if you just do color. But again, it's hard, man. It's hard to do play-by-play.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Like Teddy's like, you have to pay attention to everything. Like,
Yeah. So do you
always
want to
tough.
go start a color and then
That sounds great.
talk with me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to figure out the rhythm or something.
Sounds good. And
We have a TV. God, 5 for 24.
unbelievable. It's really.
It's not even been that great a defense by Holy Cross. They've just been switching well.
That's the thing. They've switched decently.
But it's like we've been waiting for them to give us shots, and they're just not giving it to us.
Unbelievable. This is crazy too.
I can't. I know. I was like trying to show you that, and Teddy was like, "No." I was like, "Oh my God! I cannot believe that."
Big deal.
I made my friend trade Connor.
By the way, if you think you might be able to do the play-by-play, the best thing to do, get to know the opposing team's names.
Yeah, I figured.
Definitely. That's always the hardest part. And the only ones you're gonna need to know, check the
ones
minutes.
who play. Yeah, that's
it.
I
They
know
don't have very many.
I know basketball a decent amount. But like, I saw 15 was like the guy who caught my eye the whole game. 15 didn't take one shot. Wow. That's crazy. Does he have any points?
15 for who?
No.
Not Fall?
No, he's been
active though.
15's been like I love this guy now.
The rebounder. Okay, hey. I'm gonna pull it back up, and we're gonna get started. All right?
All right. Ready?
Yep. And we are live from the Chrysler Arena. Half number 2 in this Michigan Wolverines versus Holy Cross Crusaders basketball game. 24-18, the score in favor of the Crusaders. I am Ian Lemersall here, joined by Andrew Miller. Andrew, it was a very rough first half offensively for the Wolverines. We talked about it so much. It was brutal at best. 18 points in one half against a team that, that the Wolverines are paying to play them tonight. Really unbelievable here. What did you see? More importantly, what are you expecting in the second half? What kind of adjustments might we see?
I mean, what I saw was that Michigan waited for shots to come to them and it just never came. Michigan wasn't moving the ball effectively all half, and Holy Cross was just moving the ball great on offense. I expect Michigan to be much better at setting screens. Teskey didn't play that much this
that the first half. That might be a big part of it. I hope to see more screens from Michigan, more ball movement. And on defense, I think their big adjustment is that they need to get more physical down low. Once Holy Cross seems to have any penetration, they're in for a layup. They're not taking that many threes. They only took 8 in the first half. So they've been making they've made half of them. So I'm looking for them to make them shoot more threes and keep them outside the paint.
Definitely. No, I completely agree with you, Andrew. I think, look, I mean, Teskey only played 6 minutes and 46 seconds in that entire first half. That needs to be a higher total. You know, we're looking at a Holy Cross Crusaders team. Their tallest player who actually plays is 6'8", and even he barely played. They have, I believe, 2 guys 6'8" or above, 3 guys 6'8" or above on this entire roster. The Wolverines need to pound the ball down low to John Teskey, 7 foot tall, has some nice post moves. They need to try and get him involved because this outside shooting thing, I know it's what the Wolverines always fall back on, but it's not looking too good and it's not working too well. We got 21 seconds left for this second half. And Andrew, I think we know the answer, but you're not expecting to see any more of the freshmen other than Brazdeikis come play tonight. It's
probably not.
Unfortunately, it's just not gonna end up being like that.
No, we need to actually win this game. There's a time to toil around with schemes and identity, but this is now not it. We need to get back to playing cohesive basketball, and this might be a good test early in the season for a comeback win.
Definitely. And here we go. Second half is about to start. And again, for those of you just tuning in, we are WCBN FM 88.3. I am Ian Lemersall, joined by Andrew Miller. And looks like, can't really tell, but it looks like that might be Crusaders ball.
If I remember correctly, it was Michigan who started out with the tip. That probably has something to do with our 7'1" center going up against their 6'8" tallest player.
Definitely, as we mentioned earlier. Okay, that will be Michigan ball. 6-point lead for those of you just tuning in. Again, WCBN FM 88.3, Ann Arbor, Crisler Center here tonight. Xavier Simpson starts it out up top at the 3-point line, works it around, finds Matthews. Not a lot of movement here. Kicks it out to Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis goes in hard, and gets the 2 to go.
What an amazing shot by Brazdeikis. He just went in, and the length and the extension that he made was incredible. Wow.
Very nice extension there. Completely agree. Very, very physical drive there. 24-20. Lead is cut down to 4, and that'll be a foul on John Teskey, his first of the game.
First of the game. Also, surprisingly, this is first of the game, and he barely played in the first half.
Ooh, an easy 2.
Just letting them have lanes, letting them get shots, and everyone is just – the ball movement by Holy Cross has been tremendous this whole game.
This defense is really, really starting to worry right now. It's not that the defense has been – it's nothing wrong with the defense. It's just the effort hasn't been there, and that's definitely concerning. Well, there's John Teskey.
There we go. That's that 7-foot height. He just has a spin move and a sky hook just right in the basket. Shouldn't be that much harder to get shots against the 6'8", number 15 they got out there.
A nice move by Jave Floyd. No good, though, on the shot attempt. 26-22, Holy Cross. Looks like Brazdeikis could be open. Z can't find him. Z working. Underneath the hoop, kicks it out to Brazdeikis for 3. Three-pointer is good.
What a shot with a guy right in his face. Great move by Brazdeikis.
Completely agree with you, Andrew. That was a nice move. Like you said, guy right in his face, and he hits that. Exactly what the Wolverines needed, but another poor effort on defense and an easy layup for Caleb Green. Caleb Green's 4th points of the night.
The amount of lanes I see Holy Cross have just to drive into the basket is ridiculous.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is.
This needs to change. Michigan needs to know.
Ooh, Brazdeikis goes up strong. Rejected, but they're going to call a foul. You know, I'm going to be honest here, Andrew. That looked like a clean rejection.
It did look like a clean rejection to me. But even if it wasn't, I love Brazdeikis' physical play.
I agree.
I think he has replaced Mo Wagner as a true heartbeat of this team. This as a freshman, no less. I see every time I see he is the one with all the energy, all the fire. I love watching this guy play.
I agree, and his first free throw attempt is good. He is now 3 for 3 on free throws tonight and has been statistically and just using the eye test, he's been the Wolverines' best free throw shooter so far this season through these 2 games. His next free throw attempt is also good. 4 for 4 from the line is Brazdeikis. And Holy Cross takes the ball up. Their lead cut down to 1. Caleb Green works it around to the outside. Butler finds his man. Inside, cutting. And another easy 2 for the Holy Cross Crusaders.
Simply moved by one punk fan, was Jordan Poole. This is the type of stuff. This is Holy Cross. They're gonna play sound traditional basketball. And that's how they beat Michigan. Michigan's getting in their head too much. They need to stop what they're doing and get focused and play cutthroat basketball.
Definitely agree with you there. And that is looks like a foul, a shooting foul. Teskey will go to the line. Teskey will be shooting his first free throws of the night. He's got an okay free throw shot, but obviously not the likes of which we saw from Mo Wagner, the center from last season. He puts it up. First one is good.
Gotta love that him coming in for Wagner. Looking very good out there.
Definitely. First free throw attempt is good. Second free throw attempt to cut it to a 1-point lead. No good off the back iron, but it's rebounded by Brazdeikis, who has it stripped right from him. He got Little Boyd right there. No doubt about it.
Still, the physicality that Brazdeikis used to just take that ball out of the air.
Definitely, definitely. Another 3-point attempt. Holy Cross. No good. Tipped by Teskey, who can't grab it. And you can hear I don't know if you could pick that up, guys, in the background, those of you listening, but the crowd is very unhappy, shouting some angry things at this Wolverines team. It's a restless crowd right now, and that's another easy layup. Oh,
another easy layup just goes out.
Very lucky for Michigan there. If that layup had gone, I think would have been very angry. Easy 2 for Brazdeikis. A beautiful spin and drive. Unbelievable.
He is, wow. I think we're looking at the next Michigan legend here. We have a guy who is just, oh, whoa!
Brazdeikis again takes it to the rim. He's fouled. 30-30 is the score. Brazdeikis going to the line has the chance to make this a 1 or 2 point game in favor of the Wolverines. It would be their first lead of the night. Obviously, Andrew, I don't have to say this, but the Wolverines look so much better coming out of halftime. I don't know what John Beilein said to them, but they're looking a lot better.
It's all Brazdeikis, man. This guy is looking great.
You were right, definitely.
He has taken over this game ever since the half. I mean, look at that that pick off he just read the play, ran from like the free throw line to pass 3-point line. It just ran it all the way through. It was so clean. It was like someone jumped a route in football.
First free throw was good from Brazdeikis. A 1-point lead for the Wolverines now, their first of the night. And I think a lot of people let out a sigh of relief to see Wolverines finally having a lead here. A 1-point lead, 31-30. Brazdeikis 5 of 5 from the line will take his 6th free throw of the night. It is good. He gets it to go, 32-30. Wolverines, 2-point lead.
That's how easy it is to get the lead back if you play solid and sound offense. Doesn't matter if we're letting up a couple of big points on defense. You just got to keep out there and keep doing what you're good at. Playing through the screens and playing through the Brazdeikis is really what got us the lead back.
Definitely, definitely. Kind of a poor foul call there on Isaiah Livers. A little bit of a push, I think.
A tiny bit.
An exaggeration from Connor Niego, it appeared. but that is a foul, and that'll only be the 3rd of the night for the Wolverines. 11 fouls for Holy Cross, 3 for the Wolverines. And still, Wolverines find themselves up only 2 after that poor shooting performance in the first half. Niego outside the 3-point line for Holy Cross. Finds Faw. Faw finds his man. Inside, driving. Puts it up. The floater. No good.
That's what we need. We need great defense, great trap defense. Good defense by Jordan Poole.
And Simpson. Driving inside, throws it to Brazdeikis, whose floater is good to go.
This man has taken over the half. I love it. Give it to Brazdeikis. He is your hero today.
So far, he has been. Holy Cross, a foul. And that one's going to get called on Ignas Brazdeikis. That'll be his first foul of the night, but you can hear the boos raining down from the rafters. Brazdeikis all smiles when he gets up, but obviously that appeared to be an offensive foul. He had his feet set, but they did call it on him. That'll be the fourth foul of the night for the Wolverines and the third in this half.
I just love the way this man is physical about everything. He gets taken down, thrown to the floor by a guy who's clearly taller and bigger than him, and he's just getting up, and he's trying to get the crowd into it. I love it. I love Brazdeikis. He is our guy. He has been fluid on offense, and honestly, he's been our toughest defender.
Yeah,
he's been the most intense on defense, and I'm loving every second of it.
I do agree with that. You know, I think obviously he's been one of our scoring leaders so far. He has 17 points tonight, and even in that poor offensive performance Tuesday, he still was, I believe, our second leading scorer. But what's going unnoticed is his defense. It's been pretty good. He hasn't gotten exposed tonight. He did look. I mean, he got exposed a few times in that first game on Tuesday against Norfolk State, but that was his first college game. You cannot blame him for getting exposed a couple of times against college defenders when he's used to those high school guys. His second game so far, you can see the adjustments he's made, and he looks much improved on the defensive end. That's benefited Michigan a lot tonight. 34-30, the lead for the Wolverines with about 16 minutes left to play in the second half. And again, just to go over kind of some stats for you, as opposed to the 20% three-point shooting on Tuesday, the Wolverines are 25% from the three-point line. Not much of an adjustment there. However, 48% from the free throw line on Tuesday. They are 78% tonight on 14 attempts, 11 of 14 that is, and shooting the ball 34.5% as opposed to the 40% clip on Tuesday. However, that number is going up tonight. But so far, offensively, these numbers haven't been huge improvements.
I totally see it. We're looking at, we're about to get the play back in order, and it's just looking like Brazdeikis as a freshman is looking incredible. I love this guy. I mean, like you were saying, like the defense he has been playing, it's not only great, it's nasty. Everyone on the defense is looking a little soft. Brazdeikis is the one bringing the intensity back on defense. It's seeming to be our heartbeat of this team, as I was saying before. I'm loving it, and I'm just ready for this play to get back to go.
Yeah, I think the box score, which says it all, almost doesn't do it justice, though, to kind of the emotion Brazdeikis has put in tonight as Poole on a fast break. Poole to Matthews. Matthews falls and puts it up. No good. Rebound. Holy Cross.
That was a weird turn of events right there.
That was very strange. Kind of a fumble on the layup attempt as a three-point attempt is up for Holy Cross. No good. Rebound Brazdeikis. And Michigan calm, cool, and collected resets with Simpson. The point guard driving in. Finds his man Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis pumps. He'll enter post mode as he looks to take it to the rim. Goes up with it. No good. But he'll head to the three-point line. And that will be free throws number 7 and 8 for Brazdeikis tonight. His attempts so far 100% from the line, and the 12th foul of the night for Holy Cross, who does not appear to be in much foul trouble. Obviously, the Wolverines are not either. Brazdeikis' first attempt is good. You know, it's not the cleanest free throw shot. It's a little bit low. It doesn't swoosh very much. Hits the rim quite often. But Brazdeikis' shot, it's got a lot of spin on it, and it keeps it near the rim, and he gets those rolls a lot of times because he puts so much of that lefty spin on the ball there. Second attempt, he gets another roll to go.
It's insane. I mean, listen, this guy plays, I guess his free throws are just like the way he plays. A lot of contact, and just somehow it works. I mean, every flip of the hair he plays with is just intense to watch. I love it. Brazdeikis is clearly our best player as it looks so far this season.
Benson taking the ball up the court for Holy Cross, finds his man in the post. Teske with good defense. He's getting posted up on. Blocks the Holy Cross post man as Simpson gets the rebound. Simpson looking ahead. Fast break attempt was stopped. Teske, an easy dunk underneath. And that'll force a Holy Cross timeout. 38-30. The lead has grown to 8 for the Wolverines.
That's what we're looking for from the Wolverines. Intensity, better ball movement, better defense, honest. Look at that, look at that defense from Teske. There was no lane. It was him and his defender, and there was no lane. He was forced to take a bad shot, and Teske just blocked it. I love this. I love what I'm seeing out of the Wolverine. Just clean, fluid motion. That's what I'm liking more than anything. And as we can say a million times, Brazdeikis is looking like the man out there. He's the one playing. When he's not posting up, he's driving in. When he's not driving in, and he drives in, it's just a clean, fluid layup. I love everything about this Michigan team since the half. They're looking so much better than this sloppy play they were having in the first half.
And just to take you back on that last play again, Teske's easy dunk came off a great find. I believe that was Jordan Poole on that find, taking it underneath to Teske, weaving it a pass between two Holy Cross defenders. Very impressive. And just to fill you guys in on the box score right now, 19 points for Ignas Brazdeikis. He is also the rebounding leader with 6. And the next highest scorer is Matthews with 10 points. However, he is only 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of those coming from three-pointers. And Jordan Poole, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He really has not found his groove tonight. Definitely did not find it on Tuesday either against Norfolk State. But here we are, 38-30. The Wolverines lead it. And we have 14 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second half as this timeout continues. The Wolverine crowd's very much into it, Andrew. I think you could agree it was a rough start. We were starting to hear some boos and some angry fans. I don't know if it picked up on the mics or not, but a man behind us angrily yelling for the Wolverines to rebound the ball. There you go. But the crowd's into it. The student section's into it. The student section is packed tonight, though the rest of the arena is not necessarily.
It's hard to convince a lot of people to come out for pay $150 to come out for a basketball game against Holy Cross, but it's become more of a game than I ever thought it was going to be. I love the ball movement by Holy Cross. It's been very impressive, and I love watching Michigan come back from a deficit. It's honestly just great practice for the rest of the season.
Definitely, and Brazdeikis, it looks like, is out there. He's talking with number 11 on the Holy Cross team. That is Patrick Benzin. I don't know if that was friendly. I don't know if they were jawing at each other. I don't really know what that was. But anyways, Holy Cross will take the ball out. That's number 3, Jacob Grandison, to Caleb Green. Green taking the ball up past half court. And the Holy Cross offense is set. Here they go. Butler working it around. Still around the three-point line where they've done most of their work tonight. Looking for a man underneath. Nothing there. Green passes it up. An alley-oop attempt blocked by Poole. Poole ahead. His pass is also deflected. Z gets that deflection. Throws it to Livers. Livers for 3. No good, and the crowd was ready to explode on that one.
Just a bunch of good looks that no one took and no one really capitalized on.
And stepping out of bounds is Caleb Green. Holy Cross. Another turnover there, and an unnecessary one as Jordan Poole will inbound the ball. Looks as if he'll be passing it out to Xavier Simpson. Simpson, Poole, Livers, Teske, and Brazdeikis. A pretty big lineup right now. Brazdeikis driving in, pulls up, jump shot. Almost gets the roll, but John Teske, I couldn't tell if that was...
That looked like basket interference.
It looked like basket interference. Teske tipped that one. He tipped it out of bounds, so it will be Holy Cross ball.
And more importantly, that looked like it was going in.
It did. It did. It looked like he was going to get that roll. Teske hits that ball, knocks it out of bounds. Could have been a basket interference. Not a big deal regardless. Beeline has some words for Brazdeikis, but really nothing bad about that shot attempt. It was a pull-up from about 4 feet out. Holy Cross working around the key. Three-point attempt. Butler, no good. Rebounded by Livers. Livers to Simpson, and Simpson takes the ball up the court. A reset Michigan offense. Underneath to Teske. Teske bobbles it, but there will be a foul call on Holy Cross number 30, Jay Floyd.
This is what I've been looking for from the Michigan defense. Every three-point shot, every shot is contested. That guy took a shot because there was nobody open for him to pass to, and because there was absolutely nothing else he could do. He took a shot, and I believe it was Jordan Poole right in his face. Jordan
Poole to Livers. Livers to Matthews underneath. Matthews has nothing. He's going to create. double team, throws it out to Poole. Poole delivers wide open for 3, no good. Another missed three-point attempt. And an offensive foul called against Holy Cross as they tried to attempt a fast break. Jordan Poole will be the one who takes that charge. He looks pretty happy about that.
Was pretty happy about that. Oscar, he just good. I mean, the guy was, what, 5'10"?
That's a pretty small man.
Pretty small guy. I mean, listen, tanks come in, tanks go. I'm just happy Michigan's playing better defense looking at these guys go.
Really a full court press set here from Holy Cross as Michigan takes the ball up. Almost intercepted by Holy Cross is Poole's pass. Poole has the ball. Back to Simpson. Simpson and Poole kind of throwing it back and forth until they can find some luck. Poole has the ball on the three-point line. He wants the shot. He won't get it. To Simpson he goes. Throws it underneath. Matthews, two-pointer, is good.
Great to see that from Charles Matthews.
Matthews, a little two-point flick shot underneath the hoop. And that was on a great pass by Simpson, who, had he held onto the ball for another tenth of a second, would have gotten called for that travel. A nice play by him. Timeout, Holy Cross.
We haven't spoken a lot about Charles Matthews, but I've been impressed with him this game. I think that a guy who decided to come back after declaring for the draft, he could easily come here with the attitude that I need to improve my draft stat. I need to look flashy. I need to show these scouts what I'm made of. And that's just not what I've gotten. I've seen him as the team player. He's been the one playing probably the most sound off-ball defense, getting
that's a good point. His defense, again, you don't see defense in the box score, but Charles Matthews' defense has been exceptional tonight. He's played incredible defense. He's been playing against some of the bigger men as well because they've been playing that small ball lineup the Wolverines have. And he's excelled in his defensive role. Offensively, he is 4 from 11 from the field. Not great, but he's got 12. And he is 2 for 2 from the free throw line and 2 of 4 from the three-point line. Good numbers for Charles Matthews, who is not great at shooting free throws or three-pointers, really.
No, but he's been great. At the beginning of this game, he was very good at scoring threes.
Definitely. I mean, he got off to that good start. I believe he's missed his last 2 attempts, but he made those first 2. And he actually made another, but his foot was on the line, apparently, so that was taken away. Holy Cross, Austin Butler with the ball now. He takes it inside. A layup attempt coming off that timeout is no good. Matthews wants the foul. He's not going to get it. Jordan Poole's pass batted down as Charles Matthews. What is he doing? Charles Matthews tried to gather that ball. He was getting hacked at, no foul call, but they're going to say that Holy Cross touched it last. This is Michigan ball. Charles Matthews will inbound it. He inbounds it to Xavier Simpson. A lot of confusion right now. I think Matthews wanted some foul calls. He didn't get them. Poole on the three-point line looking. He finds Matthews cutting. Alley-oop attempt is out of bounds. Just
bad communication.
Bad communication there. One of the worst alley-oop attempts I've seen from this team. I gotta say that was pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. He was halfway to the basket by the time he threw it up and didn't realize it was coming for him.
Jay Floyd inside for Holy Cross. He's posting up, and he is blocked by Teskey. Teskey's 6th block of the season. Xavier Simpson for 3, way off. And a foul. I believe Jordan Poole is going to get called for that.
For something.
Yeah, he got called for that foul, so that's going to be Holy Cross ball. Another timeout. Feels like we've seen quite a few of those. That is the 2nd timeout of the half by Holy Cross. 40-30 in favor of the Michigan Wolverines. A 10-point lead.
I am watching this Michigan defense, and it's completely different than what I saw earlier. Every shot they're taking, every drive, there's somebody in their face. And we were talking about Charles Matthews. That drive by Holy Cross. There was just nowhere to go. There was an arm in his face every single time. Clean defense. You gotta love what they're seeing more of an improvement. I like that Michigan can come back out after a sloppy start against a team they probably thought they were way better than, and then just show, hey, we're here. We're willing to keep doing better after the half. I love what I'm seeing.
I agree with you, and I'll add this, Andrew. I think we talked about it a little bit in the first half, Teddy and I, but the defense, it wasn't like they were messing up on, giving up open looks. It wasn't like they were missing assignments or anything. The defense was just lacking in effort.
Yes.
And now you can see that the Wolverines are putting in that effort. It shows on the scoreboard as they have had a 16-point swing in this half and are now up by 10. It shows. The scoreboard shows it, and honestly, the effort, just the effort that we're seeing tonight, it shows. It wasn't there for the first half of this game, but it is here now, and I think it's here to stay. And that's defensive effort. Let me make that clear. Offensively, the effort's been there the whole night. The shots just haven't been falling. 3 of 15 the Wolverines are from three-point. That is roughly 20%. I believe that is 20%. Free throw line, they're shooting 81%, so much improved, and that's huge. Going into that Villanova game, you want the free throw shooting, the three-point shooting, and the overall field goal shooting to all be on the up and up. So far, the shots aren't falling from long. The three-pointers are not, but the free throws are falling, and that's good. You're going to get in a physical game with Villanova. We saw it in the championship game last season. They're a physical team. You're going to be at the free throw line a lot if you're the Michigan Wolverines, and so far they're 81% from the free throw line tonight, looking so much improved. And Ignas Brazdeikis, you mentioned it earlier. You were talking about how he's the heart and soul of this team already, taking over from Mo Wagner. And right after you said that, 7 points from him. He now has 19 points on the night, including 8 of 8 from free throw range. And that's really big for the Wolverines, who have always had trouble on the free throws. Holy Cross working around the three-point line, back in action off the timeout. And this is Butler. Butler, the best player on this team. Ooh, blocked by Teskey. And that ball is tipped out of bounds by Charles Matthews.
You got to love that. As great as a pass as that was to get to number 30, that was just a great effort by John Teskey, not giving up on the play.
A closeout block, definitely. Yeah. Very, very impressive.
Oh, most definitely. I'm loving you were dead on. The effort is just there.
It's there. It's coming back. It wasn't there to begin with, but it is coming back. And it's like, I said this to Teddy earlier, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but, if you took away the scoreboard, you took away the shot clock, you took away, the Jumbotron and everything, and you just watched the game between the first half and second half, you could almost tell what the score was, because the Wolverines down 6 going into this half, they instantly started playing more ferocious on defense, and we're seeing it right now. As, by the way, they review that Charles Matthews tip, which went out of bounds, resulting in a Holy Cross ball. They're reviewing it, but it looks like it's going to be Holy Cross ball.
That makes sense. I mean, listen, as long as Charles Matthews got the tip and got it basically past half court, Michigan got to be impressed with what their defense is doing against Holy Cross, who's been moving the ball very efficiently. I'm proud of Michigan basketball for their improvements in the second half.
Just like Teddy, a nice little mention of football there. You still got it on your mind. There was a game today, not necessarily a big game, but there was a game and a lot of great action in college football elsewhere as well. Anyways, just had to throw that in there. Shot clock violation from Holy Cross. They resumed the game rather quickly, and it was, I believe that was 4 seconds on the shot clock when they started.
I believe so.
That's always tough.
No.
Nothing against Patrick Benson there. He put up a nice shot.
No.
Given how much time he had. So
no, it's nothing like having 6 seconds on the clock in round 2 of the NCAA championship
last season. And an easy 2 from Isaiah Livers. A nice spot-up jump shot from Livers. They dared him to take that shot. He said, "I accept your challenge," puts it in. 42-30 Wolverines, 12-point lead. Working in the post is Holy Cross and Matt Faw. He puts it up. A beautiful little floater there from Matt Faw. Yeah, like you say, textbook stuff. That's big man 101 right there. 10-point lead for the Wolverines. Brazdeikis back out there. And Charles Matthews is hacked as he puts that ball up. The shot is good.
Just great hesitation, great focus to keep us. That was probably a second look on the actual jump he made, but he still got it to go through with contact.
And you say with contact, that was hard contact as well. He got smacked in the back of the head.
There was 3 guys on him at that time, from all different directions.
It was pretty violent stuff there, but he still managed to perfectly swoosh that 8-foot jumper in. that's the shot that he loves. He loves taking those shots in and around the key, especially those jump shots. And his free throw attempt is up, and it's good. Oh, my goodness. What do you say? Charles Matthews, 3 of 3 on his first 3 free throw attempts. 45-32 Wolverines. Faw looking for Butler, cutting for Holy Cross. Can't find him. Oh. Up. A 2 by Butler. No good. Sort of a crafty move there from him. His 2-point shot is not good. A little teardrop floater. Wolverines had the ball. Jordan Poole to Eli Brooks. Brooks back to Poole. Working around the 3-point line is Poole. He wants his shot. He drives in, sees if he can get it. He makes his man miss, but his jump shot rims out. And Jordan Poole unable to find his 5th points of the evening. Only 3 tonight for him. Holy Cross driving. Patrick Benson. Benson finds, that looks like Connor Niegro.
I mean, did you see that? Just the guy just like flooped into his arm. That was funny.
It was kind of a weird foul there.
Yeah. I don't know what the refs really even saw there.
No, me neither. But nonetheless, that will be a Holy Cross ball and another charged foul against the Wolverines. That is only 6 in the whole game for them, so no real foul trouble, nothing to worry about there. As Benson works out of the 3-point line. And Connor Niego looks a little confused, but his man finds him cutting. He is swatted by Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole gets the fans on their feet. He takes the ball up, finds Matthews. Matthews, 3. No good. Rebounded, Livers. Matthews up, and he is fouled. Charles Matthews is fouled on the 2-point layup attempt.
What effort you saw by Brooks and Poole out there when that guy clearly had the lane, clearly had the move on you, and still the shot was contested and everything looked perfect, especially an even better ball movement on the fast break point.
And a free throw attempt from Charles Matthews. Can he be 4 of 4 from the line? Imagine that. Oh, almost gets that roll, but he does not. A tricky bounce there, and Matthews will now be 3 of 4 from the line. Still great for Matthews, of course.
Yeah.
However, if he does miss this next one, he'll be 60%, and that's, I guess, still good for Matthews, but really not.
That's not great if you're trying to get noticed by the NBA scouts as a wing player.
Which he is. And he makes that next one, though. So he's 4 of 5, 80% from the line. And really looking a lot better. That stroke, it looks a little different, that free throw stroke. He's shooting it farther out in front of him. But anyways, Green working the ball into the post. Niego, Connor, up, 2 ball, no good.
No, we have...
Oh! And Jordan Poole threw that ball ahead to Matthews. Matthews couldn't handle it.
You know what? I'm just loving it. I'm loving every second of it. You're seeing this is a different team that was losing by 6 at the end of the half. You're just seeing a team with more effort, and the score reflects that. We're up 14. It doesn't even feel like we should be up that high, but we've just been playing that level of offense.
Absolutely. 3-point attempt from the big man for Holy Cross. No good. Rebounded by Livers. Livers to Poole. Poole up to Eli Brooks, the point guard, as Xavier Simpson is not in the game. Eli Brooks will take over those point guard duties. Seems like Poole is playing kind of that Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman role and helping out, taking the ball up and on that point guard role a little bit. Charles Matthews jumper, no good. And Patrick Benson working the ball around the 3-point line yet again for Holy Cross. They love to start that offense around the 3-point line and try and work their way in, but the Wolverines' man defense has been stingy. Shot is up. No good on the roll, and Ignas Brazdaikos will get that rebound. Looked like that could have been a shooter's violation there, a goaltend, if you will, but that doesn't get called, and the Wolverines are working on offense. Brooks finds his pick. Ooh, a pump fake on a deep 3 by Poole, who instead throws it inside to Livers, who is fouled.
Even more so, you're loving the intensity by Ignas Brazdaikos. I mean, look on that rebound. He was about to get collapsed by 2 different players, and he didn't even look. He just went for the ball. I'm loving every second I can do and just watching Brosdikis play. His intensity is feeling all the way from the stands. You can see all these children getting up, looking at him. I love his Ignas Brosdikis. I love this Michigan team, and I love even more the intensity and focus they are now playing with. There's a reason we're up 14 when we were losing by 6 at the half.
I agree with you, Andrew. I think, I think Brosdikis. I mean, this Michigan team needed an acting leader with Mo Wagner and Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman graduating. Also, of course, Duncan Robinson as well. His effort and what he did for this team cannot go understated. He's now with the Miami Heat as well, so he's really proven himself.
Duncan Robinson with the Heat?
He is.
Wow, good for Duncan Robinson.
So Duncan signed a two-way deal with the Miami Heat, meaning he will spend half of the season in the G League, the other half in the NBA. He drained his first three-pointer the other night and even made it into the Miami Heat's pregame promo, which aired, I believe, a few nights ago. It was very cool.
That's amazing for Duncan Robinson.
He's really proved himself.
He really is. You know what? I mean, the guy is a three-point sniper, and every team needs three-point snipers on their team. You need this guy who can just come off the bench and just give you a couple open threes.
Definitely.
He may not be the most athletically gifted guy out there, and especially in the NBA.
He's certainly not the most athletically gifted out there, but, again, he's a guy, like you say, he can come in off the bench and give you one or two three-pointers a night and at least stretch the spacing for the other team on defense a little bit, create some problems. And, the thing about Duncan is, again, not the best athlete, but he's 6'8". He's a big boy. He can, he can fit into a small forward spot in the NBA because he has that big height. He has that 6'8" height. And, the other thing is a lot of people would worry about what would Duncan Robinson look like on defense in the NBA. I mean, his defense was sloppy a lot of times, in his tenure at Michigan, but people forget that by the end of the season, his defense had improved a lot, holding guys like Jaren Jackson to 6 points against Michigan State. Jaren Jackson was a top 10 NBA pick. His defense, Duncan's defense, that is, it was much improved as the season went on, and I think that's ultimately what got him that shot in the NBA. Though he went undrafted, he was one of the first guys called up who was undrafted, and he got signed almost immediately.
Very much so. If Nick Novak can find a spot in the NBA, so can Duncan Robinson.
Exactly. It's very similar. Livers, free throw attempt is good to start off the final 7.5-minute stretch of this game. Got about, I'd say, maybe 6 minutes. Free throw is good from Livers. That's 2 of 2 now. I'd say we got about 6 minutes, maybe 5 before potentially Beeline looks to put in some of the younger guys. So long as the Wolverines continue to build their lead. It is a 16-point lead now, 48-32. Holy Cross.
I'd say once we get to 20 points is a safe time to officially put our younger boys in there.
I agree. A steal by Matthews. Up ahead is Xavier Simpson. He resets the offense at the three-point line inside to Matthews. Matthews doesn't want to do work there. He passes it back out to Simpson. Back to Matthews. Matthews, pull-up jumper. It's good.
Wow, with a defender right in his face. I can't believe what I just saw from Matthews out there.
6 of 15 from the field tonight is Matthews. 16 points for him, including 4 or 5 from the free throw line, which has been a big improvement so far for him. And Holy Cross working, driving inside. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is no good. Rebounded by Brooks. This defense is really locked in and focused right now.
Right there, another guy just right in the face. This is what Michigan's looking for.
Forcing up bad shots, definitely. Xavier Simpson works around and is easily blocked, but that's out of bounds, so that'll be Wolverines basketball. Xavier Simpson obviously being at a height disadvantage. They list him at 6 foot, but if you ever walked by him here on campus, he is 5'10", maybe 5'11" at best. Teskey for 3. Bad air ball. I mean, I like the attempt from Teskey, but that was a pretty bad air ball. The whole crowd was ready to explode. Everyone would love to see John Teskey make a three-pointer, but that was, how many feet wide was that? Was that 5 feet?
That was like barely at the corner of the
backboard. That wasn't even close, but anyways.
I mean, speaking of Teskey, he said he's been trying to get that 3-point shot. He's not sure if he's got the green light yet, but he thinks he can get it done. He thinks he can produce a reliable 3-point shot come later in the season.
He does. And Holy Cross working. Nothing there on the drive by Butler, but he goes at it, and he is blocked by John Teskey. Speaking of John Teskey, a big block there. That's Teskey's 5th block of the evening. And 9 on the season for him.
And they're never, and not all of them are like coming up and like him blocking. They're always away from his body. Him having to extend.
Definitely, it's those effort plays.
Yeah, it's those effort plays. They're never just like floaters that he can easily just knock down.
Definitely.
They're always reachers for Teskey.
And tipped out of bounds by the Wolverines. It'll be Holy Cross ball. 6 minutes left on the game clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have 5 seconds to try and get off a shot. Are the Crusaders. Be interesting to see what they go for here. Wolverines at 50 points right now. I'm sure Beeline wants to see that total to 60 by the end of the game. Butler driving for 2. Blocked again by Teskey.
Was that blocked or was that dropped?
No, they're gonna call that as a drop. That will not be Teskey's 6th block on the night. That'll be a drop out of bounds, Wolverine basketball. And as Xavier Simpson takes the ball up the court, I did have a chance to speak with John Teskey the other night after the game. I asked him, are the 3-pointers something you've been working on? Are they something that look to be a key part of your game this season? He actually said no, but that there's going to be pick-and-pop opportunities for him and some plays they've drawn up that'll have him shooting 3-pointers. As the floater is no good from Eli Brooks. Rebounded by Jane Floyd.
Gotta love the honesty coming out of John Teskey.
I do. I do like that. As an and one from Jay Floyd. Ooh, a nice put in by Floyd. Teskey going for another block, unable to get it, and it is now 50-34 in favor of the Michigan Wolverines. 1 free throw awaits for Jay Floyd, number 30, the big man on this team, but with 0 points so far tonight until that basket just there. He misses the free throw.
You know what? It does not seem like the big men are at all really part of the offensive strategy of Holy Cross.
No.
To combine together, they have like maybe 2 points or.
I think it's about 4 points combined for all the big men of Holy Cross. In the post, however, I think really only 2 of those points maybe have been in the post. I mean, it's been a nice defensive outing for the big men on the Wolverines, but Teskey really took some time to get it together offensively. He has 5 blocks, but only 5 points tonight.
Almost definitely. I mean, you're looking at Teskey. I mean, Teskey also had a chance for 2 on that shot by Eli Brooks that he just completely missed a wide-open Teskey for a dunk.
Yeah, and out of bounds, a turnover by Xavier Simpson as he and Brooks both go to the bench. A lineup right now, rather odd lineup of Jordan Poole, Ignas Brazdeikis, Matthews, Teskey, and Livers. It's a big lineup for Beeline without a single point guard. And Brazdeikis lets up an easy layup.
I think that proves that John Beeline has some trust in Jordan Poole and Brazdeikis to be the primary playmakers of this team. And I don't blame him. Jordan Poole has been very great, has been a great passer this game. I mean, granted, it's against Holy Cross, but still, I've been impressed.
Iggy working from the 3-point line. He trips and coughs the ball up on that drive. That'll be scooped up by Floyd. Floyd ahead to Green. Green and Holy Cross looking to score. Butler blocked by Isaiah Livers. Rebound Matthews. Matthews smartly resets the offense. Jordan Poole will be the acting point guard with both Eli Brooks and Xavier Simpson not on the floor. Eli Brooks was waiting to check in, and Michigan will take a timeout, presumably to get Eli Brooks back in the game so the Michigan Wolverines can have a point guard. Didn't look like it was working too well with Jordan Poole being the smallest man on the floor.
You know what? That's an interesting point, but I'm not going to let you get away with what you said. Or is that what we're calling Ignas Brazdeikis now? Are we calling him Iggy?
Oh, we're calling him Iggy. He's Iggy now.
We're calling him Iggy? He's not Brazdeikis?
He is not. John Beeline the other night in the press conference, I actually had a chance to ask him about the freshman, and when he referred to Ignas, he called him Iggy. And so I believe he is now to be called Iggy, unless we disagree.
I disagree.
You disagree?
That's too much. That's too good of a last name not to call him by. It's like
I see where your head's at there.
He's not a mellow. It's like,
but it's like Mo Wagner became Mo. You know what I mean? I think having that first name kind of nickname, I think it helps.
You don't call Luke Richard Mba Mute Luke Richard. You call him Mba Mute, or by his whole name. Brazdikis is just too good of a last name. And that's just like, oh, what's up, Brazdikis? You know, I think that's just, in my personal taste, that's what I like. Iggy is reserved for like the Miggies. There's a bunch of Iggy's out there. Does he really want to be compared to Iggy Azalea? I don't know if that's what if Brazdikis likes that.
Enough of the jokes, Andrew. All right, we'll head over back to the action. It appears in the timeout right now, John Beeline is drawing something up. It's hard to tell what the lineup's going to be coming off of this timeout. Again, it was Matthews, Poole, Livers, Teskey, and Brooks before the timeout. Or sorry, not Brooks. That was Brazdikis. But no, Brooks will come in off this timeout. Michigan up 50-34, and this game has been kind of a back-and-forth affair with the Michigan Wolverines dominating the last 10 minutes of play. About 10, 11 minutes ago, the Wolverines took a lead, and they have not relinquished that lead since. It is now a 14-point lead, and the Wolverines are 17% from three-point range. Absolutely atrocious. Only 33% from the field. Very bad as well, but 81% from the free throw line, and have only fouled the Holy Cross Crusaders 7 times in the entire game, as opposed to 14 fouls. 17 fouls by the Crusaders. So the refs have definitely played a nice little part in this one, calling a pretty clean game. Only 21 fouls total. It's a pretty low number.
No, most definitely. That's why we're seeing Michigan winning by 50-36 at this point. Just sounder defense and better plays leading to them not having to foul as much.
Poole looking for a man cutting. It's Livers, but that pass sails deep.
I think they just missed the guy who was going to cut there. No one wanted to be the guy. They both deferred. And
they both deferred. It was Teskey and Livers. Holy Cross, Green for 3. No good. Rebounded. And that looks like Clayton Lazen. His first minutes of the game for Holy Cross. Working it around at the top of the key. Now to the three-point line is Green. Green back to his man in the post. Kicks it out for 3. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And a pull-up shot. He's fouled. Holy Cross is fouled by Jordan Poole, and they will attempt their second set of free throws for the evening.
You know what? As much as that was a great shot, I mean, Michigan's ball movement, you got to be impressed, even though with the clear double differ by Livers and Teskey. Just got to be impressed by how open these shots are getting. And especially, like you were saying, Michigan is not fouled a lot. That just has to do with a lot with them playing sounder defense. You got to love it.
Free throw attempt is good from number 3, Jacob Grandison. Grandison's played a key role in the offense tonight. He has 11 points. He is the second leading scorer for Holy Cross. Second free throw attempt. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Livers. 13-point lead for the Wolverines. And with 3 minutes left to play, the Wolverines look to see if they can increase upon this lead. It's only 13 right now. Not going to look too good on the stat sheet. Not going to look too good in the box score, but if they can add to this lead, cushion it a little bit, that'd be nice. Eli Brooks driving. Brooks kicks it out to Matthews. Matthews for 3. No good. Rebounded by Butler. Butler to Green. Green finds his man. Tipped by Holy Cross out of bounds, and that'll be Michigan basketball.
More of that great ball movement you're saving. Even though the Matthews shot didn't go right in, it was just cross-court passing, right to get in a good drive, and then just left Matthews open. And that's what you really just want to see. You don't want to see Michigan maybe dominate a game with scores. You just want to see signs that they're playing good basketball.
It's true. This early in the season, that is the case. Matthews, up, floater, good. Charles Matthews has been money on those floaters tonight. He is now 4 of 5 on his floaters for the evening. 6 of 16 from the field overall. 18 points for Charles Matthews. Holy Cross, outside the three-point line. Green kicks it to Butler. Butler is going to put this ball up. Blocked by Livers. He puts it up again. No good, and it looks like the student section tricked Austin Butler into thinking that there was less time on the shot clock than there actually was. He jacked up a terrible shot with 7 seconds left. He thought there was 2 at that point. There were not. There were 7 seconds.
You gotta love that when the student section gets involved. That's how great of a home field advantage we have here at the University of Michigan.
I agree as Simpson kicks it. Brooks, 3. No good. And that'll lower the Michigan Wolverines' three-point shooting percentage down to 15%. For those of you listening, that is 15-1-5. The worst three-point percentage the Wolverines have had since early last season.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, early last season. We still have a whole season to pick that up and a whole season to get accustomed to game flow.
Simpson taking the ball up. 1 minute and 17 seconds remain. 52-37 is the score. 15-point lead for the Wolverines. Looks like they're just going to try and kind of run out the clock here. It's been a pretty ugly showing tonight, but I guess they're just going to cut their losses, run the clock out, as Isaiah Livers finds an easy 2 with the shot clock winding down to 1.
What a beautiful pass by Teskey right there, just behind the opponent's back, backhand pass right down the lane. You gotta love that.
And we are now under a minute remaining in this game. That was exactly what Beeline wanted. Run the shot clock down and then try and find an easy bucket. They did just that. Isaiah Livers with his 6th and 7th points of the night. Really rough showing from him tonight. 0 of 4 from the three-point line, but executing nicely there. 17-point lead in favor of the Wolverines. And obviously, analytics are such a big part of the seeding process in college basketball. The people who rank these teams in the AP, the people who do these seedings for the tournament, they look at things like BPI, RPI, KenPom, all of these things. And with the KenPom statistics especially, which measure offensive efficiency, the Wolverines are going to take a big hit tonight.
Yeah, but as long as we play sound basketball, I feel like college basketball true fans and voters are going to look at the tape and also going to look, this is Holy Cross. They're not really looking to change their rankings right now unless they play something super suspect.
And for those of you listening tonight who might even be newer fans to the Michigan basketball team, who maybe aren't too familiar with the ways of John Beilein, teams that John Beilein coaches, they take many, many weeks to get to where they need to be offensively, but come January, come February, and especially come March, Michigan basketball teams are always ready to go offensively. Eli Brooks on the steal. Easy layup. And again, just to finish what I was saying, John Beilein will have this team ready to go by March. There is nothing really to worry about for those of you thinking, well, Michigan played a bad game against Holy Cross. What's it going to look like, against good teams? It will look better. This is a Beilein coach team. Beilein is one of the greater coaches in college basketball. He will have the Wolverines ready to play within the next couple of months, and especially by March. As David DeJulius dribbles the ball out, he will run the shot clock down. The Crusaders will not contest. 56-37, a 19-point victory for the Michigan Wolverines. It was sloppy, it was slow, but they did put it together in the second half. Andrew, I think what we saw was a team that really kind of came out sleepy in that first half, especially on defense. The shooting never really picked up for the Wolverines tonight, but the defense did, and the amount of easy buckets they found did. They shot 81% from the free throw line tonight, far improved from what we've seen. It's going to be hard going into that Villanova game on Wednesday, but knowing John Beilein, this team can click offensively at any moment. They can get it going at any moment. There is really nothing to worry about from another slow offensive start.
No,
these things happen.
Most definitely. The big takeaway from this game is the same thing it's been from the last 2 games. This is the emergence of Iggy is real.
Yes.
It's real. You're watching maybe the leader on our team as a freshman.
Absolutely.
At least the emotional leader, the vocal leader, the guy who's getting this team pumped and angry and ready to play.
And again, Beilein signature is his signature sort of development is his teams are noted for picking up their play in the middle of conference play. It typically takes a few games of conference play to get to where they need to be, but the Wolverines will be ready. They will be good to go. A 19-point victory tonight, and we thank you guys all for tuning in. I am Ian Lemersall with Andrew Miller, and this was WCBN FM 88.3. Thank you all for listening. Have a tremendous evening, and go Blue.